Have you ever overshared? I know I have. Met somebody new, I immediately wanted to bond with them, and the best way to do this, because I was desperate to please, was to overshare. In some cases, that person would understand and connect with me on that piece of information, and in other cases, they would be just left there in silence, and that would completely embarrass me. Next few hours or even days after meeting that person, I spend hours agonizing over, why did I say that? Why did I say this? If I said it this way, maybe they might like me more. Here's an example. Meeting somebody new in a friendship group, and the friendship group extends to our partners, and say I've met the partner for the first time, I would immediately start sharing the difficulties I'd be having in my relationship with that particular partner. I would give detail, and I would put that partner down, hoping that that person would understand that I really did love that person but was desperate to bond. But instead what it gave was that I hated my partner, which I never did. But I wanted to be kind of clever and witty and funny and kind of, you know, self-deprecating, and I wanted that person to kind of really get that. I must add to this that said partner was actually a bloody nightmare, and obviously they are an ex. And I was just looking for some sympathy and some support. And instead of going about it the right way, as in talking in private to a loved one, or maybe even going to see a counsellor, I would overshare with anybody that would take their time to listen or be victim to. I also did this with friendships, and yeah, that kind of thing always works against you. It gives untrustworthy and unloyal, disloyal, whatever the word is, and indiscreet. Also gossip. So of course, the more you behave like that and you connect with people like that, you create a community of gossips and people that don't have your back. And eventually, guess what? Even those gossips get tired of it, and you then have that reputation. These were my behavioural patterns at my lowest energy and my lowest vibrational energy. I was attracting people around me that behaved like that because I was behaving like that. And as soon as I pulled myself away from it and kind of really took a look at what I was doing and why I was going around and around in circles, and had such bad luck with friendship, I realised I was oversharing. And I was desperately, the root of it was desperation to be liked, and not understanding that being your authentic self and my authentic self was enough. How did I do it? Pulled myself away from the group. If anybody communicated with me, I remained silent. Sit in silence, it's okay. You know, be comfortable with silences, because that was something I never did before. If somebody wanted to engage in gossip about somebody else, take a minute, take a beat, appreciate what's going on, and then do not take the negative from it. Throw a positive in it. It really throws them off guard. I remember when I did that in a conversation about a mutual connection, and the conversation went such and such. Have you seen so and so? They've done this, this, and this, and you know, a derogatory kind of conversation. And I thought, okay, how am I going to handle this? And I said, wow, that's really brave of them. Wow, that's really great. You know, good luck to them. As I was saying these words, it felt so refreshing and so different. And that person immediately backtracked and said, yeah, it is good, isn't it? It's great. So I influenced that person. And the more conversation I was having like this, it either filtered out those bad friends, or it kind of reboot the friendships that I did have. So my friendships are now based on positivity. Of course, we all love a little bit of a gossip, but they're rooted in positivity, and it's rooting for people to do well and to kind of be better people. So if somebody comes at me and gives me something negative about somebody that we know or we don't even know, I'll find a reason as to, oh gosh, I wonder what's going on in their life. You know, don't jump in on, that's bloody awful, I'd never do that. Such toxic behavior. I did it for years, and it was really awful, and it got me absolutely nowhere with no one. And starting from scratch and becoming, you know, a better version of myself feels bloody good.